Hey, Nissan Deneta here from The Good Life Redefined, and today we're going to talk about how the food choices that you make can actually help fight climate change. Because we're all kind of horrified with all the statistics that we hear about carbon emissions and about green gas effect, and we think that we are totally powerless to do something about it. But it's not true. You don't have to have an influence or an impact on decision making on a global scale, but you can make decisions in your kitchen that can make a difference, one step at a time. So we picked up 5 ways how you can, in your kitchen, actually lower your own carbon emissions and the influence that you have on the greenhouse gas. And let's see how you can do that. The first one, eat more beans and less meat, at least once a week. Going full on vegan or vegetarian may not be realistic for you or your family, but you can easily go 1 day a week without meat. Simply making this swap 1 day a week can make a huge difference on your personal environmental impact. Eating plant-based protein like beans, even occasionally, can greatly reduce greenhouse gases. According to research, if every American exchanged meat to beans once a week for a year, it would have the equivalent impact to taking 16 million cars off the road for that year.
2. Compost food waste. Throwing away food doesn't just waste money, it also increases your carbon footprint. About 18% of all US methane emissions, a powerful greenhouse gas, comes from food waste rotting in landfills. Composting is a much better option. If Americans composted all their food waste, it would have equivalent impact to taking 5 million cars off the road every year. Simply start by keeping a compost bin in your kitchen. Once you get in the habit of it, you'll wonder why you didn't start it earlier.
Number 3, use a reusable water bottle. The average American drinks 40 gallons, which is 150 liters of bottled water each year. The resources that are used to make just one plastic water bottle from beginning to delivery to disposal releases 270 grams of CO2. If every American will get rid of just half of the number of bottles that we currently drink, it would save the equivalent of taking 2 million cars off the road every single year.
4. Eat organic and seasonal food when possible. Studies show that organically grown crops like wheat and veggies have lower carbon footprints than the conventional ones, mainly because they require fewer resources such as fertilizers. And soil from organic farms takes more carbon from the air. If all Americans ate 2.5 cups of organic veggies a day instead of conventional ones, we'd reduce carbon dioxide emissions by the equivalent to making 700,000 cars off the road annually. In addition, supporting local farmers and businesses is important in our search for cheaper organic food that also fights our climate crisis. Eating locally grown food has more value than simply supporting the agriculture and business in your area. It can also have a major impact on climate change. Consuming produce when it's readily available saves energy from production and transportation costs because it didn't have to be shipped from faraway farm or country to taste fresh and delicious. Plus, there is something really satisfying about eating with seasons, and it will save you money too. In-season food is also cheaper.
Number 5, grow your own food. Love to garden, or you have wanted to plant your own veggies for years? Well, it turns out that gardening can have a big impact on climate change. It takes 850 million gallons of gas to mow the 40 million acres of lawn in the US, not to speak of the enormous amounts of water and fertilizers that those lawns consume. A better idea, convert some of your yard to garden. Converting just 10% of yards in the US to veggie gardens is equivalent to taking 160,000 cars off the road annually. Growing your own fruits and veggies has 2 major environmental benefits. It can provide you with local organic produce, as well as boost the fresh air quality and the nutrient content of the soil for all your other plants. Cooking with garden fresh veggies will not only give you a sense of accomplishment, and your dishes will have amazing flavor, it will also help you fight for a healthier, happier environment. And plus, it's a great way to get your kids outside and teach them more about healthy eating. Now it's up to you. Let me know in the comment box below what you think, what your ideas are, what your commitment is, what can you do in your own kitchen, in your own home in order to fight climate change. And until we meet again, live fully, stay awesome from this Sunday in Tenerife.